It's a great show, and I enjoyed watching season 1, streaming it on Amazon Prime. The original series Goliath returns today. 8 episodes released today. We had Billy Bob Thornton in studio to talk about it yesterday, and on season 2 is my next guest, Morris Chestnut. Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
So before we talk about your show, let's get into some hoops here.
Let's do it.
I know you are a fan of the
Lakers. Yes.
Okay, and July 1st is a big day.
It is.
Potentially in Los Angeles, California.
It is.
Because that's the day that LeBron James's phone rings, and we
Yes.
assume somebody named Bus or Magic will be making a phone call.
Or Pelinka.
Or Rob, correct? Could be Pelinka. I don't know. I'd probably put Magic first up. Wouldn't you? If you're wooing LeBron James, wouldn't you?
Oh, you definitely would. You definitely put
up?
Magic first up. Yeah, you definitely put Magic. But who are they making a call to? Are they making a call to LeBron's agent or to him directly? They got the direct call to. I think you could put both of them on the phone.
You could. And then we're not conferencing LeVar in, right? We're not doing that.
I think it would probably be best that they don't conference.
No conference.
LeVar.
No conference at all.
Probably not. Probably not. Probably
You
not.
and I were talking about this backstage a little bit prior to you coming out here. That man, LeBron coming here, I don't know if he'd want to sign up for any drama anywhere he goes.
Agreed.
And this gentleman seems to have a little bit of that gene in him, right?
It seems to follow him. I will say that. It seems, and to be honest with you, I'm not sure. Listen, LeBron James is an incredible basketball player. I'm not sure. I would love to have him on the Lakers, but I'm not sure how much I want him on the Lakers.
Okay, now follow up there, please.
Okay, because obviously LeBron, he's a physical freak. He's been playing strong for 15 years. He's gone to the finals. I don't know, the last 8 years in a row. So I don't know if you've done the math, but how many seasons would that equate to? Like all those extra finals games. So he has a lot of tread on the tires, and I'm not sure how long he can play at that level. I know he's a freak, but we're all inhuman at the end. And so even if he does come to the Lakers, I don't want to gut our youth to get him. Maybe one, but I like Ingram, Kuzma. I like Ball. I like all the players, but I just don't want to gut our youth to get him.
Well, if it's all it takes is just some cash, and then maybe he could teach the kids a little bit of something, even though LeVar said locally here that there's nothing
nothing he can learn.
Because he's already taught Lonzo everything. Not that he doesn't think that LeBron has knowledge. He's just saying it's all, it's him.
Right. Well, I'm not sure if all it takes is cash, though, because, they had youth when he went back to Cleveland, and they let go of Wiggins to get someone, a veteran. And I'm not sure if LeBron would want, and I don't know. I'm not sure if LeBron would want to go into battle with so much youth on our team.
Interesting.
So, if we have to bring him in, if we sign him for cash, because we do have the money for 2 free agents, and it feels good. Great job, Magic, Pelinka. But if we do sign LeBron and we do sign George, is LeBron comfortable with that squad, or does he want to ship some youth out to get another veteran in there?
Well, how about this for a little wrinkle? Chris Brockman tell Morris Chestnut the news that that just broke.
Oh, some news.
Yes, indeed. Drop some knowledge.
Yeah, according to Yahoo and ESPN, Kawhi Leonard wants out of San Antonio.
Out.
Yeah.
Apparently, Kawhi, I guess Kawhi and Greg Popovich were supposed to meet to see if there was a future between the two. Now, that would add a little bit of a wrinkle, just taking it all in right now to see if maybe Kawhi would want to go to Cleveland to join LeBron there.
I would have to say this.
Interesting.
Friends of mine have brought this up who are Laker fans. They thought that we can get Kawhi. And I would say that there is no chance in hell that's going to happen. Only because, listen, if I'm San Antonio, am I going to trade one of the top 2-3 two-way players in the league who's still young to the Lakers and have to face him every single year? Because there's never a fair trade for a superstar, right? So who would you give up? Who would you give up if you're the Lakers for Kawhi?
Anybody they want.
That's right. So who would you take if you're the Spurs?
That's a great question. I'd take Kuzma.
So you take Kuzma straight up for Kawhi?
No. That's for starters. That's for starters.
Okay, well, where do we finish? Where's the ending? Where do you finish?
Any deal would have to include Kuzma, Ingram, and draft picks.
Okay, so Kuzma is basically any deal would include Kuzma and Ingram because we're drafting at number 20.
I don't know. It's entirely possible that Greg Popovich, for whatever reason, is consuming this conversation and laughing his ass off.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, if I was Popovich, I don't care if you offered me the entire Laker franchise and I got a bag of chips from someone in the East. I'm not going to face Kawhi Leonard multiple times a year in the West. I would not trade him. I would not trade him to the Lakers if I was Popovich.
So that's what I'm saying. And Cleveland doesn't have enough to. I mean, if he told LaMarcus Aldridge, "There's no way I'm trading you because there's no way I'm getting equal value back for you,"
right?
Then there's no way. Like, who could possibly be equal value for Kawhi?
There's no one. There's no equal value
anywhere,
but especially not to the Lakers. Especially not. If I'm a Laker fan, I'm not trading anybody to Boston.
Let me ask you this question. Morris Chestnut.
Yes,
take a break.
Rich Eisen.
Let me ask you this question. If you had to give up Ball or Kuzma, who's the one that you would want to hold on to of those two? This is kind of like your own diss track, right?
Wow. So if I had to give up Ball or Kuzma, but it depends on the makeup of the team. As of, I personally think that Lonzo Ball has a lot of upside. And I think that Kyle Kuzma still has more upside as well, who's great. That's a tough one, Rich, man. You hit me with these tough questions so early in the morning. Wow, Ball or Kuzma? I probably would give up Kuzma.
See, I'd go the opposite way.
Why, though? But why?
Because I don't want LeVar Ball anywhere near my franchise.
Okay, so you didn't say LeVar Ball and Lonzo Ball.
It's part and parcel. It's part and parcel. Now, you could sit here and say he's just noise and don't pay attention to him or whatever, but at some point, he will say something that requires a phone call from any of the aforementioned members of management to him, or some sort of statement from the team to the media to say, we're all good. And to me, but then again, I'm not around the team, and I'm not seeing how this manifests itself every day. I'm just responding to what I see in the media.
Well, let's look at last year. So last year, he came out and he made the statement about the team wasn't following, they weren't behind Luke Walton, right?
Yes.
He made that statement. I think the team performed very well behind Luke Walton. We went on a winning streak right after that. It felt like the team came closer together after he made that statement.
But wouldn't you want the team just to come closer together just because of Luke Walton rather than the fact like maybe LeVar Ball saying something?
I think that they were going to come together whether LeVar Ball said it or not, because I think Luke Walton is doing a great job and he's progressing the team forward. I'm saying that to say that I don't think that statement affected the team negatively.
Morris Chestnut here on the Rich Eisen Show. At Morris_Chestnut. Well, back in 60 seconds. Brockman, the rare Laker-Eagle combination right here.
Yes.
It's a rarity. We have found it's like a diamond.
For years. I'm not a bandwagon.
A diamond in the rough.
I'm not a bandwagon.
And then we'll talk some Goliath with Morris Chestnut when we come back. All right, welcome back to the Rich Eisen Show. Morris Chestnut, another segment with him here. Reggie Bush making his way to the studio. We'll hang out with him in hour number 3.
Trojan.
Yeah? So is that your team too, USC?
Trojan. Yep, USC.
So USC, Lakers, and Eagles? How does that happen?
So basically, the Eagles was something a long time ago. I used to like to wear, when they wear the cutoff jerseys, I used to play Pop Warner football, and we had cutoff jerseys. And at that time, the Eagles with Wilbur Montgomery, Harold Carmichael, they played with cutoff jerseys. So I was a fan ever since. Then they got Randall Cunningham, then Donovan McNabb, and I've just been a fan ever since.
So you are legit.
I'm legit. Well, people always ask me that. I am legit, and I can tell you how I'm legit, because prior to this year, the Eagles have never won a Super Bowl. So if I'm going to be a bandwagon, what am I bandwagoning for?
That's true, but now you're just saying it in 2018. So
no, it's documented.
Would say
you know Seth Joyner. You can call Seth. I went to Eagles games back when even Seth Joyner was playing.
Seth Joyner is old school.
When he was playing with the Eagles, I was at an Eagles game.
White, he was out there too.
Yeah, I'm telling you, ask Seth.
That was funny because I was telling you this too. He and Ken Norton Jr. were the first analysts that I worked with on the NFL Network. The three of us did so many NFL Total Access together. And anytime I wanted to get under Seth's skin, which, I had to tread lightly.
I was about to say you did.
No, well, I do this for a living. I have to keep things lively, So anytime I would mention the name Rich Kotite, and it would be like waving a red flag in front of a bull. Like he would just see red, and Seth would disappear, and out would come the guy that you probably saw every Sunday.
Oh, wow, really?
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you something. You used to get under Seth's skin. Seth, I think, at the time that I met Seth, he was literally the biggest human being that I ever met.
Yeah.
He was about this wide.
Yeah.
His chest, I'm saying, he was huge. Huge.
Yeah, he still is.
No, yeah, he still is. Yeah, I saw him, I think, not last season, but the season before that.
So the Eagles won it all, and you...
The Eagles won it all.
So you had to be beside yourself.
I was. My son and I were at the game.
You went?
I went to the game.
You were in Minnesota.
I was in Minnesota, yes.
Freezing your ass off.
Yeah, I was.
I mean, it was 0 degrees on the warmest moment of that day getting to the game.
Even getting into the stadium,
yeah.
it was really cold, but luckily it was for a good cause. Had we not have won, I probably would have rioted there in Minnesota, but we won, so it was cool.
So all things being equal, everybody's healthy. Wentz,
yes.
Okay.
Wentz, definitely.
Even thank you, Nick, for that incredible run.
Well, I think Nick had an incredible run, and people say, well, could Carson Wentz have had that run? I got to be honest, I'm not sure how many quarterbacks from any team in the NFL could have had that run at that time. We went against the #1 Vikings defense, and then we went against the Patriots and Tom Brady. Wentz had Foles had 2 incredible games. Incredible games. And I'm not sure, does Breeze have that game? He didn't have it the week before against Minnesota when he played. Does anybody but Brady have those types of games? And Foles had 2 great games, but you have to give it back to Wentz.
Yeah, two. Yeah,
undrafted free agent Corey Clement.
Yeah, that kid was incredible. We had him on the set a week later.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, and it was just neat meeting him. He's from South Jersey, from Southern New Jersey.
Okay.
So his whole family grew up across the way.
Yeah.
Did you see they got the rings last night? The Eagles got the rings?
I did.
That is some serious bling.
I was disappointed. I didn't get mine. And
I
didn't get mine yet. So I have to go down there.
Morris is looking for his chestnut.
I'm looking for my ring, man. I'm looking for the ring. I've been a fan for decades. I need a ring.
There it is, right there.
There it is. No, that's a nice ring.
We're looking at it right now. Hold on, I don't have my shades here, but
yeah, that's nice. And it says MVP right down there. Yeah, look at that.
219 diamonds and 17 sapphires. That is
is that how many?
They have the etch of the dog inside too.
Because we were underdogs.
But
that's going to be the challenge this year. That's going to be the challenge. I mean, we took the underdog label and we put that chip on our shoulder. I think there's going to be players like so with Carson Wentz, you have Darren Sproles, Thomas, our tackle, and our linebacker. Jordan. So they weren't able to participate in that game. So I think we're at some pretty good positions with people with edge.
I think they're the favorites to win the NFC again.
You do?
I do. I know that a lot of people are really high on the Rams here, and for good reason.
Yeah.
Very good reason. They're very talented, and they should put together, and we might see the Eagles-Rams game that was an incredible game, the one obviously that knocked Wentz out for the season here in the Coliseum.
It was
a fun game. We might see that. I wonder if can you look up, did Kevin Hart get a ring from the Eagles? Can you look that up?
I know Kev, he's a huge fan.
Yeah, just want to know. But he predicted the 162-5 final score or something.
Oh, is that what he predicted?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We saw him out there.
Doesn't look like
he was at the game for sure.
All right.
I saw him. Yeah, I saw him at the game.
See, Mike Trout might have got one. We'll see. I don't know. I was just trying to stir it up. Yeah. Sir, you are in Goliath season 2. Season 1 is tremendous. Billy Bob Thornton and the rest of the cast, you are joining that as well.
Yes.
What was the experience like for you?
It was a great experience. Billy, I took the show. I was on the show, got canceled. Then they called and said, hey, would you want to be on a season of Goliath? And I took the show strictly because I wanted to work with Billy. And he was great. He's a tremendous actor, but he's a great storyteller. He has so many stories about acting, about his childhood, everything. And it was just great being on set. I was just coming to set just to listen to his stories.
And so what to expect from your character? Is it basically going to be a ton of you butting heads with the Billy Bob character?
Billy Bob and I definitely butt heads. And he always does this, like what he's doing right there. He's just so... he's done these little things that just really get under your skin. But yes, we butt heads, and then I think episode 7, I'm not sure if I can remember, it kind of comes to a head.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I had a great time.
I know what I'm doing this weekend.
Binge it, stream it.
Yeah, my wife and I have really enjoyed season 1.
Yeah, season 1 was great.
Really enjoyed it. And season 2, Billy Bob was talking it up yesterday. I'm thrilled.
No, he's great.
I'm thrilled that you are in it as well.
Thank you.
And It's been a long time since Like Mike, man.
You know what? We need to get a sequel. We need to get a sequel. See where we are now.
So it'd be like LeBron? Is that what it would be?
Well,
like Kobe?
it could be. It could be like LeBron, Kobe, Mike. All three of them.
Hold on. Like Lonzo.
Yes.
Look, I don't.
Yes.
Like Lonzo?
You said yes. So you're big Lonzo.
I like Lonzo.
No. Hold on. Hear me out. A young man puts on a pair of big baller brand shoes and suddenly plays like Lonzo. I mean, how does LeVar not want to get in on it? And LeBron can produce it since obviously he's coming to LA like LeVar said.
I am a huge Lonzo Ball fan. I think Lonzo has a very bright future.
I agree.
And and I think that he played well last year despite all distractions.
Wouldn't that be honestly one of the greatest things? Lonzo gets traded to Greg Popovich. And Popovich is the one who handles the LeVar Ball scenario and however he chooses to handle it.
I do not think that could ever, could never coexist.
What's the name of that warm place that freezes over?
Exactly.
Oh, man. Let's make this a regular thing with you coming down here.
Most definitely. I have an NBC show coming out called The Enemy Within, so I'll come back.
Let's come
back in February.
In February? To celebrate the back-to-back Super Bowl wins?
Celebrate the back-to-back Super Bowl win, and that's when our show comes. That's when our show airs.
Okay. Well, maybe before that, just because.
Okay. I'm local.
Morris Chestnut is here at Morris_Chestnut. Be one of the 1.5 million followers on his Twitter account. And then, of course, check out Goliath, streaming available right now on Amazon Prime.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.